Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laurent. I'm gonna watch The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, Season 1, Episode 3. If you want to see my reactions and my thoughts to the two first episodes of this spin-off of The Walking Dead, I'm gonna put the link, for the playlist that I made for it, in which you can have, my reactions into the chronological order. And I do the same, for each shows, each animes that I'm reacting to. So when I put also the playlist that I made for The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, you can watch all of my reactions and my thoughts about the episodes that I watch with you guys into the chronological order. I'm saying it, in case you want to binge watch something right now, you have some time to lose or something like that, you can have it right there. Okay, let's go back with Daryl Dixon, who is in France. And yes, I'm French. I think that with my beautiful accent, you can understand it. That's cool, that he's in France, for sure. I appreciate that, I appreciate so much the casting of this show, the fact that they are truly hiring French people to play French people. And again, it's so rare, in shows, in US shows and US movies, that I truly appreciate it. And even more because they chose, a really great casting. I said it, they are playing maybe in an old way. And maybe you can't feel it, because you don't know a lot of French movies or French shows. They are playing, they are talking, they are acting, in an old way, like the old shows, old French shows and old French movies. But it's not really bothering me, and it's going well also with the mood that they printed into this show, so it's really okay. And this casting is really great. For sure, the girl who is playing Isabelle, but I think that you know her from a lot of other movies and shows, Harry Potter, just to name one. But you don't know yet, I think, the actress who is playing the villain of this show. At least that's how they presented her, Madame Jeunet. You're gonna love to hate her. I can promise you that, because I love so much that actress in so many movies and shows. I cannot wait to see more of her into this one. For now, we had only one scene, I think, with her, and I'm waiting to have more. I want more. That's gonna be so cool. And also the guy, his name. Oh, each time I have an issue with his name. The soldier who is coming to have a personal revenge against Daryl because he thinks that Daryl killed his brother. He didn't kill him. That was that girl, who did it. But he was involved into his death, so... that lie that girl did, and the fact that it's a fake personal revenge because in fact Daryl didn't do it, I don't think that it's going to be important, because no matter what, Daryl came, because of Daryl it happened, so it's like that. He's great, he's playing really great, and I think that it's going to be cool to have a personal revenge right there, a personal enemy. When Madame Jeunet can be an enemy, can be a villain for this show, because she's in charge, of that place in Le Havre with the doctor, making experiences on deaths, and Daryl destroyed all of these experiences, so she wants to have him, like, that's gonna be interesting for sure, but a more personal revenge is gonna be great also. Right now, Daryl is with Laurent, Isabelle, and... I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, each time for these videos about The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, I'm watching them on Sunday, and I think that my brain is on a Sunday mode, also. So I'm sorry for that. But they are together. They're gonna go to Paris and then to Le Havre with Laurent to protect Laurent, who is supposed to be the Messiah, the savior of the world. They are believing into it. At least they presented it at first during the first episode like it was a religious thing, like this kid is so different, can't you feel it? really is gonna be the one who is gonna save us all. And we learned, in fact, during the previous episode, that is particular, that kid, for sure, but not because of religious aspect, really more because of the blood aspect, the scientific aspect, meaning that his mom gave birth to him while she was dead, while transforming into a dead. And for sure, it can be important, it can be something, you know, to investigate on. Maybe now he can't transform, you know, maybe he has that into him, but into a negative way, you know, how it's functioning with some disease. So maybe it's the case for that, so maybe he can be truly the savior of this world, or maybe not, but maybe some people can think so. At least, right there, Isabelle and her friend, they think so, and they are protecting him so much because they think that he can be important. But in fact, maybe not, you know, maybe it's gonna be a disappointment for everyone, and at some point he's gonna die and he's gonna get transformed. But before that, Madame Jeunet, she's gonna know about it, and she's gonna want to take him and to make experiences on him. You know, we can have plenty of stuff around that, and that can be interesting. Someone on Twitter asked me, you know, do you think that at some point we're gonna know his father? I don't think so, because, you know, Isabelle didn't know who could be his father, you know, she had really no clues about that. So even if at some point someone is coming being like, I was with your sister, you know, just before the end of the world, we're gonna be like, and what? Like, how can you prove that you are really his father? How can it be really important for the story, you know, and for the characters, the development of the characters? I don't think that it's important. For all of the aspects, you know, the religious aspect of Laurent being the new messiah, in fact, it can be better to not have any father. And also it can be more interesting, in fact, to not have his father at some point, because Daryl is gonna be there to play the father figure, you know. So I don't think so. And yes, I guessed, you know, really quickly during the previous episode that Lily, Isabelle's sister, was Laurent's mother. That was pretty easy to guess. I don't think that they made it, you know, to be a big reveal at the end. It was really to explain to us how everything happened, and to explain to us the bond, you know, that Laurent and Isabelle, they have, even if Laurent, he doesn't know it. It's your aunt, she's taking care of you because she made that promise to her sister. You're important because of that reason, the blood thing, but also because another blood situation, you're related to her in the blood, you know, your family for her. I don't think that Laurent is gonna know the truth, you know, during this episode, maybe before the end of this season 1. Daryl, I think that he can make some connections, you know, quickly, maybe during this episode or during the next one. It's gonna be quick. For now, they are still traveling to Paris. I'm not sure that we're gonna be in Paris during this episode. You know that I'm not watching trailers for episodes and stuff like that, but you know, France is pretty big, even if you don't think so. And to go from south of France to Paris, I think that it's gonna take them one more episode. You know, they're not traveling with a car and stuff like that, so I think that it's gonna take, yes, maybe one more episode. We'll see, and I'm gonna see that with this episode. Let's go for it. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have these reaction videos about The Walking Dead, Daryl, Dixon earlier, one day earlier, with an extended reaction part each time, which means that you only have to subscribe to the level 2. It's €5. I don't know how many it is, you know, into your country, your money, but it's €5. It's only the level 2. And you have an extended reaction part, which means, you know, a longer reaction part. You have it with 1 day of advance, in full opacity also. I'm not forced to play with that, you know, on my Patreon. And it's the best way to support me if you want to encourage me to continue my channel, these videos and stuff like that. Let's go for this episode! Ah! With a name like that, you know, the title of this episode, in fact, we might be in Paris during this episode. I didn't think so because they are not traveling, you know, with a car or anything like that. So normally, logically, it would have taken more time, at least one more episode to get to Paris, but apparently not. And it's also a shorter episode. You know, in comparison of the two first ones, it's a regular one, meaning. Angers? I went to Angers only once, so I wouldn't recognize the places, you know.
Sure this is the place? Contact her as a musician. He's been living in this theatre for years.
Oh là là?
Bienvenue. C'est vivant. Magique. Sky blue. Grass green. Where's Brian? He's in the kitchen.
I was sure that you was gonna say that. That sentence, just know that everyone in France learned how to speak English, you know, with Brian. And that line, you know, where is Brian? He's in the kitchen. It's really the one that we learned again and again and again, and it became a joke, you know, in France.
You like a shoe? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? What the fuck? I used some parts
For what?
amplification.
He said that he used some parts, you
Do
know,
you like Raven?
or for his show. Le Bolero! I love that piece. It's one of the best for me. It's a long one. You made an orchestra with dates. Oh, dates are gonna come because of the noise. Stupid.
She's stuck in the plan. It's worth a try. It's a stupid detour.
That's it.
Welcome home.
I don't know this song. If you were wondering, you know, is it a really popular one? No. Oh, cool! That one.
Turned on this car, I've seen that before. It's Pouvoir des Vivants. It's a movement that started after the outbreak. Most of the cities under the control of Genève and Orgari.
Oh, it's not just in love that she's, you know.
William was very first.
Yep.
Même la Pompeu. Ouais. They were favorites.
Hmm? It's a pretty well-known cemetery, you know, with a lot of people.
Morrison.
Yes, including Jim Morrison.
He's an American rock star. He was in a band called The Doors.
Hmm?
He died in Paris. Yeah, I guess so.
Everyone can go there, you know, visit the cemetery and stuff like that. I visited it.
Vous êtes qui? C'est Père Jean qui nous envoie. En français.
You know the story of that kid.
C'est notre ami. Il nous a aidés à venir jusqu'ici. Il parle pas français, juste anglais. My name is Fallou.
Hello, hello.
There is Emile. We've been waiting a long time to meet you, young man.
No pressure. He doesn't know about his link, you know, his bond, his real bond with Isabelle. But does he know about his blood, how, you know, he was born?
Et voilà. Long street home. We take turns at the daily tasks. We welcomed our 64th member a few months ago. A baby girl was born.
Cool.
T'as toujours voulu comme ça?
Je me suis jamais vraiment imaginé autre chose.
Okay, you're flirting with her. Ah! I know this actor! Huh? Back home. In Paris, you know?
Number one. They train him at Nest and then send him here. Only him knows where he goes. Maybe he has a girlfriend. Allez, Zizou. Voyage mal.
Zizou! He named him Zizou. Zizou, it's the nickname that we gave to Zinedine Zidane, the footballer.
Could be a month.
A month. Well, then Nest will take you the rest of the way, right?
But that's part of the trick, yes.
Then my job's done.
No.
I have a radio. How are you gonna help me?
There are people trading all kinds of things here. I can take you to them. We need currency. Even information is a commodity.
I think I know where to find something. We'll go in the morning.
He's a little creepy, you know, this kid, when you think about it, how he's acting and all. At first, you know, you're naive and pure, at some point,
Sonia
you're acting well.
has been died a few years ago. She refuses any food or comfort. No one's been able to console her.
He's gonna do it.
Person was right.
I love her.
You see me?
I love her! Just her presence. You know?
Qui, toi?
Je m'en sais.
Qu'est-ce qui t'amène ici, Coron?
My name's Daryl Dixon. Come from a place called Laurent. I went out looking for something. I found a straw.
Je crois. Et je convaincrai mon utilité ici, à la maison mère. Je chercherai rien.
Maison mère, they didn't translate it. It's to say, you know, the main place, you know, the main house. Putain,
On page 23.
His name was Quinn. I was young and very stupid.
He upgraded. With God, I mean.
Nah!
Is that your sister?
Not with you. For now, there is really nothing between you. Like,
Every dinner at the Jules Verne restaurant. Laurent's never seen our face.
face of his mom, you mean?
So why we're here?
No. We're here so I can keep my part of the bargain. Find something to trade, get us information on a boat.
I'll have your money and your drugs.
Wasn't always enough.
Yeah, we can see that.
Mhm. Montmartre.
Sure beats the view from my old house.
There's a bar at the end of the street. When the owner pulled the curtains, only the regulars were allowed to stay. I was in
Something.
reinventing the world.
I was just thought about it.
Mm.
Didn't you?
You never had that type of discussion, you know, at the end of a day with random people?
You seem like
Drinking.
someone's always thinking.
Things happen. Things are changing, you know.
Maybe we're the same that way. Broken until the world ended.
It It's good pictures, you know, it's well filmed.
Well, I'm glad our paths crossed.